Assalamu alaikum. This is Minahila Afridi from the Center for Global and Strategic Studies, Islamabad, and you're watching CGSS Bulletin. Today, I have the distinct honor and privilege of introducing to you His Excellency Nicolae GOIA, the Ambassador of Romania to Islamic Republic of Pakistan. I welcome you, sir. Thank you for joining us today. Today, we will discuss about the successful completion of Romanian Presidency of the European Union. Sir, first of all, I congratulate you on behalf of CGSS team for the successful completion of the Romanian tenure as the President of the European Council. Sir, how would you define your experience that you have had with the European Union so far?
Let me just start to say thank you so much for giving me again the chance and opportunity to speak to Center for Global Strategic Studies, which is a very reputed and prestigious institute of studies in Islamabad. And also I am expressing my gratitude and my pride to be here and to talk to you about an important, fundamentally important subject in the recent history of Romania. When you ask me about Romanian experience with the European Union, I should a little bit alter your question, because there is no we cannot speak about Romanian experience with the European Union, because Romania is a part of the European Union as much as the European Union is a part of Romania. So we are speaking about an identity of values between Romania and the European Union, and joining European Union in 1st of January 2007, it was in fact coming back of Romania to Europe, where we ever belong to. So after joining European Union, Romania has witnessed an important development in all fields of activity: political, social, economic activities. And if we are speaking about the benefits of Romania joining European Union, we are speaking about a large number of benefits, and I will quote only a few of them because of the time restraint. And I think that above all, this feeling of belonging to European Union, this feeling to belonging to this formidable construction, the most formidable construction of all time, European Union, is an important asset for the Romanians in the first place, and for Romania itself. We are benefiting in establishing a more stable political and economic environment in Romania, which can stimulate a sustainable development in the years to come. We also enjoy a greater predictability and stability in all fields of activity. We, after joining the European Union, our competitiveness increased substantially, in the sense of our industry and economy being competitive with the other industries and economies in the European Union and in the world at large. Also, trade has been developing into a larger scale than before. It's very important for us to have a greater access to the European market, and to get not only trade and commerce in single European market, but also to get a lot of experience in terms of educating our economic agents, our people involved in the economy, in doing business in economy in the most advanced possible way, taking advantage of also being a part of single union, monetary union. Also, Romania has been achieving a lot in terms of security, while once we've been joining the foreign relations and security and security policy of European Union. It is also very important that Romania is participating in the policy decision making at the European level as an equal member with the other members of the European Union. We can also speak in terms of the prestige and status has been consolidating all over the world once we integrated into European Union. And I also have to speak about Romanians becoming the citizens of Europe, which is also an important asset for us. And not in the last, we have to speak about one of the important benefits is to access these funds of European Union, the structural and cohesion funds, which in terms of receiving money from the European Union and contributing to the European Union, we are always on the plus. So I can say, answering to your question, that Romanian joining European Union had been the most important event in the history of Romania after 1989, when we had a revolution and we turned over from a heavily centralized economy and anti-democratic system to the market economy and democracy. I think this is the only way Romania can develop, and it's important also to mention that in 3 years in a row, Romania has the fastest growing economy in the European Union, and part of the credit, if not the substantial credit, goes to joining the European Union. So it's a great thing to become member of the European Union, to be member of this family, to be member of this formidable political construction is a great thing for Romania.
So would you like to tell us about the accomplishments of Romania under the presidency of European Union?
Romanian presidency of the European Union took place in a very sensitive, complicated and challenging period of time. We took over 1st of January this year, and we will be over in 30th of June. So you can imagine that the international situation, even speaking about the European political and economic scene, are very complicated. And if we are only speaking about Brexit, about the European elections, which took place in May this year, the necessity of working very hard in advancing the European project, debating the financial multi-annual financial framework, which is the budget of the European Union for the years to come, the raising of Euroscepticism in Europe, the raising of extreme right activities in Europe. So this is a backdrop of an extremely complex and sensitive period of time when Romania was taking over the presidency of the European Union, heavily determined to go ahead with the European project. We have been actually setting a motto, an important motto of our presidency, which is cohesion, the common European value, and this is a very important symbol of all our presidents, which were, in fact, illustrating all the activities which we've been doing during our presidency. And this cohesion, which is, as everybody can imagine, the most important thing now in Europe, which is trying to find identity for the decades to come in the European Union also, it's transfigured into 4 pillars. So Europe of convergence, it's also an important pillar. The second pillar is a safer Europe. We are speaking about a safer Europe in terms of economic safety, political safetiness, in terms of fighting cyber terrorism, in fighting terrorism itself, disinformation, and these kind of challenges and even threats which are jeopardizing the future of Europe. We are also after trying to make Europe a stronger global actor, a global actor which is much more involved in solving the important issues, the important problems of our day's world, and also, of course, Europe of common values. As I said, important and sensitive, difficult time for Romania, and I can say, and I have to say, that in technical way, there is an immense, tremendous level of work done by our presidency in keeping up with these above-mentioned goals to be achieved. So I have here, we've been organizing approximately 1,700 technical meetings, 40 meetings at the European Union Council at the ministerial level. We have also very important leaders meeting in Sibiu, where all the chief of staff, head of staff, and prime minister gathered in Sibiu in May this year. We had also 300 meetings at the technical level, 22 in ministerial meetings in Bucharest, 98 also high-level official meetings, 68 expert meetings, and 99 conferences. So you can imagine the magnitude of work we've been done, it was necessary to mobilize the entire Romanian society to do that. So we been involved in concluding, in negotiating, and concluding legislative and non-legislative files with an important number, taking into consideration that we had a limited period of time, only 3 months, to work on negotiating and concluding files, legislative files, because of the European elections taking place in May. We have only 3 months for doing that, and even so, we've been concluding more than 90 files, which is a record. It is an important number of files concluding during our presidency. And I can mention that there are very sensitive, difficult files, some of them being started during the previous presidencies and now finalized during our presidency of the European Union Council. For instance, the Natural Gas Directive, the Directive for Copyright and the Digital Single Market, regulation establishing European Labour Authority, Consumer Package on Interoperability, Package on Capital Market Union, and also non-legislative dossier files like Council conclusions on securing free and fair elections with a focus on countering disinformation, and a big number. I'm not going to enumerate all of them because there are too many indeed, but I'm only give you the image of how many files we have been concluded in a rather limited period of time. And I have to say also that we been very instrumental in organizing the European elections in May, which were, this is a standard for European election. They are in a totally free and transparent manner. So we'll have a new Commission of European Union, we'll have a new Parliament in this summer, and this is because it resulted in European elections which took place during our presidency. There are many things to speak about our results, and I'm very proud to mention that the President of the European Commission and the President of the European Council, they praised the Romanian Presidency of the European Union, indicating that it was one of the most successful presidency in all time. And this is, I mean, it's not a surprise because we've been mobilizing all our efforts to do that, but it is a matter of pride, especially because this was the first time when Romania took over the presidency of the European Union Council since becoming the member of the European Union. So this is the very, very general, very summary of our activity as the President of the European Union, and there are still some days to go until we finish up, we wrap up the presidency, and I believe that we have all the reasons to consider that this was an excellent presidency, this was a very good presidency, and created the conditions and the framework that the European project should go on during the next presidencies of European Union Council.
Sir, how Romania views the Brexit and the future of European Union without United Kingdom?
Well, in my personal opinion, and this is a very personal opinion, Brexit is a tragedy. When I speak about Brexit in terms of UK leaving European Union, is a lose situation for both sides. We only hoped that the reason will prevail, and by October 2019, when there is the last the last deadline when UK should leave European Union, will have an agreement, which will regulate the relations, the future relations between UK and European Union. No deal will be an even more disaster, as general speaking of UK leaving European Union. Romania, if in case of no deal, Romania will be affected as any other country in Europe, will be affected economically in the first place because we have a large amount of commerce, trade and economic cooperation with UK. But in the same time, we've been taking precautions measures, and we are in the process of negotiating with the United Kingdom bilateral agreements in order to protect our citizens living in the United Kingdom, and also British citizens living in Romania, because one of the most important component of our presidency is to protect the citizens. And protecting the citizen was one of the general idea and general symbol of our presidency of the European Union. And what we want when it comes to Brexit is that we don't want citizens to pay the bill for Brexit. And I still have a slight, very slight, but maybe a little bit non-realistic hope that the Brexit will finally not happen, and there will be a second referendum, and we can dream of a second referendum which will contradict the first one, and the United Kingdom will stay in the European Union in the years to come. But even if the United Kingdom is leaving with an agreement, I think that the agreement will be so comprehensive and so wise, drafted and made up that we will have almost the same relations with the United Kingdom as the situation is now when the United Kingdom is member of the European Union. Again, I think that Brexit is not a good thing. It's a negative development, but at the same time, the people in the United Kingdom have spoken, and the people once spoken, they should be heard, and they've been heard by both United Kingdom and European Union. This doesn't prevent me to hope and to dream of a happy end of this saga, but who knows? The best thing is to try to get an agreement and to make the relations between the European Union and United Kingdom as constructive, as comprehensive as possible in the future.
So what are your expectations from the European Union in the future?
Well, there is a debate going on inside the European Union, outside the European Union, concerning the future of the European Union. And as I said before, this is the most formidable construction, political and economic construction of all times. And I believe that we thinking of finding the reasons for existence, for very existence of the European Union, and identifying the means to strengthen the unity and cohesion of the European Union. European Union will continue to be and even to emerge stronger than it is now in the decades to come, because this is, as I said, is a construction of countries which are sharing the same values, which are sharing democracy, market economy, human rights protection. So I believe that this is not only construction, but also an emulation for the outside world. And I was speaking with some Pakistani friends who are very much interested in understanding the mechanisms of the European Union and how these mechanisms can be applied in the region Pakistan is. Because this can be a model, European Union can be a model for other parts of the world to take an example. And this South Asia region, which is affected by so many problems, issues, even conflicts, can learn from the European experience. And if we only think about so many wars and conflicts in Europe, especially in the 20th century. Who could have imagined even that Germany, for instance, and France, which were the arch rivals and enemies in the mid of 20th century, become now the engine, the motor of the European Union, and the true essence of the Union, of the European Union. So this can be a model which can motivate also the people in this region of interconnectivity, and even in sense of getting closer together and realizing that cooperation and unity is the only way not only to survive, but to develop and to go to have a brilliant future.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for joining us today and enlightening us about the role of Romania in the European Union. Dear viewers, thank you so much for watching us. Until next time, have a good day.